Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster review. So this time we've got fire of Die Macht in Dia. I may have done a complete butchering of that guild name, I apologise if I have. But what I'm seeing here, we've got JKR and Arena, a little bit of an unorthodox one as far as Relic 7 Ezra Bridger. I'm curious about that. And we've got Malevolence and Fleet Arena. Again, not a normal Malevolence, but okay, we'll have a look at it. So, let's have a look at the brass tacks. Let's see what we're working with. So, as far as Galactic Legends, nada. The GP at the moment is 2144 million. We've got 1.1 tied up in the top 80, 0.976 tied up in the top 65, and 0.802 million, that was hard to say, tied up in ships. He has got 22 Zetas, 7 Gear 13s, and of them 7 Gear 13s, one is a Relic 7, one is a Relic 6, 4 are Relic 5s. As for speed mods, no 25 or overs, 2 20 or overs, and 10 15 or overs. There are also no offense mods that are 6% or over. So yeah, we've got a few interesting things like that. What I will say, just looking at this, that Ezra Bridger stands out like a sore thumb. Not calling it bad, that is not a criticism, just to point that out there. If anything, I loved someone going like that. I am madly curious though, I've never seen someone at your GP level go for a Relic 7 Ezra, so I find it interesting. Okay, so first thing I'm going to call you out on, and I have to say call you out because I've done it with everyone else. 2 speed mods, 4 health mods. Not good to see from the off. Okay, so let's just have a look at the actual stats first of all. Let's just see what you're rocking at. So 201 speed, not great. If you're going to have Ezra at Relic 7, he needs half decent speed. I'm looking at that 38 from mods. Okay, gotta do better. Then we're looking at damage, 8,222. That does seem fairly okay. I mean, let's have a look at the actual mods themselves, just see what the stats are doing, even though they aren't going to be optimal in my view. Again, just based on mod sets I'm looking at there. So again, you got offense primary, but not a single one of them is going to do good for Ezra. I'm going to be absolutely brutally honest with you there. He doesn't need protection as a focus, he doesn't need defense, health, or another protection stat as a focus. So that mod, you're wasting on him, okay? I'm sorry if I'm coming across very harsh at this point, but you've got a Relic 7, that is a big investment. So I want to make sure that if you take something out of this video, it's just the fact that this is going to need some work already. Okay, next one. Offense on a speed mod. Okay, so what I'm going to say there, if you got a offense mod set and you were going for a full offense build, then I could kind of get it. I'd think, alright, maybe you don't want the speed, it'd be a bit unorthodox, but I'd say, fair enough, this is what you're going for. But you've gone for a speed mod. So the way I look at it is, and I'm just going to try and simplify how mods work, just in case anyone's listening and they don't really get mods. You always want your mod sets first of all. So you have them in mostly in pairs, but 1 or 2 come in 4s, crit damage, offense, and speed. Whenever you go for those mod sets, and the mod sets are essentially just where you see the symbol, you want 4 speed, you either want 4 offense, or you want 4 crit damage. The rest you pair up, so you want 2 health, 2 tenacity, 2 potency, 2 protection, and 2 crit chance. I was trying to think what the other one was off the top of my head. So the idea is you don't deliberately, you always try and go 4 and 2. If not, the option is 2 2 2. You always want to make sure that there are, whatever your mod sets are, you're dividing them by 2. So it's 4 and 2 or 2 2 2. Okay, so in this instance, you've got one that should be a 4 as a pair, and you've got 2 pairs. So the health is actually doing something as a mod set. And so you're getting the bonuses from the 2 health, but you don't really need health. It's not a stat I would mod for with Ezra. I mean, you always get a rough idea looking at mastery, what a character needs. And you look here, crit chance, crit damage, and damage. That should say enough about what he needs. Load him with offense. And really what you need then is speed on the side. So what I could advise you, like I say, that first mod I looked at, that can just go on someone else. You do not want it on Ezra. Then we're looking here. really, if he's going to be in your arena team, you're going to need a speed arrow. So primary stat, arrow, you're going for speed. So if you get to 6E like this one is, you're going to get plus 32 speed. So if you're getting it before, it'd be plus 30. Make sure it's 5 dot. If you get a 4 dot, sell it. Okay, anything below 5 dots, so 5 dots here, anything below that, sell. 5 and up, you're doing great. Okay, the reason we look at primaries next, just to be clear, because I've just talked about mod sets, the primaries, ideally you always keep anything that has a primary status speed here. So always keep that. That is the most elusive mod in the game, to my thoughts. After that, the rest do rotate a little bit. So the only ones that don't are the square, which is always offense. So when it's 6E, it will always be plus 8.5% offense. And then here, we've got defense. That will always be at 6E, plus 20. So let's just have a quick look at your stats here. Offense there, that is good. You've got speed as well, so that is good. And you've got crit chance, so that is good. So there, we can ignore that. We can ignore that protection. Okay, so you've got 3 good stats there. That is a good mod. At least in comparison to the other 2 anyway. Health as well. You can use health on Ezra. For the record, it's not like you can't use health. It's just a case of it isn't balanced. You've got 4 of the wrong one and 2 of the other one. And really it should be the other way around. And even then, I wouldn't really go for a speed set. I'd go for offense or crit damage. So if you were to say keep the 2 of these health mods, I don't know which 2 it would be right now, but that would be one of them. Okay? So let's have a look at this speed mod. Crit damage. Okay, that looks good in a way. Okay. We've got potency, we've got offense, we've got speed again, which is nice speed. Not the, I'm looking at it just in a general sense. 15 is still relatively low, especially when you get into 2 million GP areas, but it's still not bad in comparison. Okay, and then we've got a little bit of offense at the end. So I will call that a good mod. What I would advise, and I'm just thinking about this as I say it, you could potentially roll that to further, from 6E to 6A, because you've got 2 chances to roll that speed. Plus the offense could roll as well, which wouldn't be bad. What I would say, I'm not sure it'd be wise having it on Ezra. I'm not saying that it's a bad mod by any stretch, but a bit like I was saying, you go for an offense mod set rather than a speed mod set. Potentially, this could go on someone like Jedi Knight Revan. So I'll go and have a look at him in a moment. We'll see how he's stacking up. But right now, I'm looking and I'm thinking, okay, this is how we are. Okay. What are the other 2? Let's see. We've got a bit of offense, speed, crit chance. Okay, again, that isn't a bad mod. So right now, I'd say them 2 are looking like winners. Let's just check your final one. Offense primary, again, very good. Little bit of a letdown as far as these 3 stats go. The crit chance isn't bad, but you've got no speed secondary, and the crit chance alone, in my opinion, wouldn't elevate the mod. So, whilst you've got bang on with the offense primary, what I would do, I would keep those 2 mods in place, and if you're farming mods now, go to your mod challenges, and for, say, a couple of weeks, I'm not even going to set a time on it, I'm just going to generalise in a bit, a couple of weeks. Just keep farming offense mods. Just keep farming them. You'll get your squares, your arrows, your triangles, your crosses. Just keep farming them until you get desirable stats. So, for clarity, desirable stats. So, what you want, as I say, primary there, you can't do anything about it. So, you're always going to get offense. Here, what we're looking for is speed and 2 offense. If you can get 1 offense and 1 speed, that is still better than what you've got now. So treat that as a priority. If you get those 2, bank it, put it in place, start rolling it. If you feel like you're only getting 1, I would maybe slot it in. Like say you get a bit of speed, that'd still be better than what you've got now, especially on an offense mod. But again, don't think of it as a long-term mod. Just thinking, all right, I'll put this in for now. It'll improve Ezra, but we're going to try and improve him more. Okay. So again, I've said it before, speed here, that is the big one. In fact, you can overlook a lot of the secondaries on the arrow. Don't always do it, but right now, while you're just building up your mod roster, I would prioritise just getting speed arrows on. So, I mean, I'm actually... I'm laughing a bit here. I'm focusing a lot here just on this one toon Ezra. For all I know, the rest of your mods are perfect. But how I'm seeing it, this looks very much a symptom of a bigger cause just based on this one toon. I'm just laughing because I might have to re-record this whole section if it is a perfect roster. But yeah, I'm going to say speed primary, get some offense if you can in your secondaries, crit chance, any good stats like that, anything that screams offense or damage. Okay, you got it right with crit damage, although you can go for offense as a primary as well. Neither of them are wrong. You got the offense right there, you got the speed right there, you got the offense right there. So it's just a case of, even though it's a long slog, getting an offense mod for it. I'm saying offense, you could also go crit damage as well. I'll just put that out there. Crit damage or offense, you could go for either of them because they will both benefit Ezra. But offense, I find, is the one that is more plain numbers, if you like. So if you did go offense, you could actually go for an offense primary. That would balance it out better. Whereas if you go crit damage for your mod sets, you know, you farm in mod challenges, your crit damage level, you could then go for a crit damage primary. My experience, that is hard to farm, but I wouldn't even say an offense mod set with an offense primary is easy to farm. So yeah. Okay, let's just go to your cross a sec. So you got it bang on again, offense primary. What you want though, secondaries are speed and anything again that screams offense. So crit chance, offense, anything that's there alongside speed, that's better than what you've got here. Okay, so I'm moving on. I've spent a good 5-10 minutes talking about Ezra, which I didn't expect when I was walking into this. So I do want to make sure I do what you said. You want to talk about a future farm, but for now, I just want to focus on what you've got right now because I saw your arena position and it did scream out to me, that is low. So I want to see if I can do anything to help you improve right now. Okay, so again, I'm looking at your mods. You've got 2 speed. Actually, you've got 4 speed, so that is good. You've got a full speed mod set here, so you're doing good in that regard. Let's have a look at what your total is, though. 306, so you've actually got your JKR. Wow, okay. Let's have a look at your secondaries. 14 plus 32. 23, yeah. 15. 19 and 19. Okay, so you got your JKR. Well, I'd advise swapping that out for a better mod at some point. I mean, we've just been talking about Ezra. Could you make use of that there? Just a thought. But I'm going to just skip along because I am actually curious now if you've modded better and Ezra's just a weird one. Okay, so you've actually got a full mod set there, so you've done well there. 216 speed is a bit low on GMY, but your special offense looks good. Okay. I'm skimming along, like I say, because I am actually curious if I've just spent a long time going on about Ezra for no reason. So let's go to Jolie. Alright, you got tenacity and health. Alright. Relic 3. I'm a little bit divided there. Let's just have a look at your stats. Bit of health. Defense, speed. Okay, you don't need speed arrow on Jolie. You could do with more health though. You've got that one health primary there, which granted can be hard. Sorry, health secondary, not primary. You got that health secondary there, but maybe you could do some health secondaries. Ooh, it's a hard one to say that because you don't really want the primary anyway. So yeah, that mod could just do swapping out because you don't really need potency or protection on Jolie, at least as a focus. So yeah, health primary and then just see if you can get any health stats to go along with it. And maybe a touch of speed. Looking here, no health in any of this, so that can just go somewhere else. I mean, tenacity's not a bad mod set for Jolie. I've talked about that in the past. I'll just repeat it for anyone who's just seen it for the first time, but Jolie, he gains tenacity via his unique, plus he gains bonus crit avoidance equal to half of his tenacity. So the more tenacity he has, the more chance he has to critically avoid, or avoid critical hits. So by all means, load him up with tenacity, but try and get health secondaries in there as well. So yeah, that one hasn't got anything. You know, there's just speed on that could do something. Okay, so again, health primary, you need health primary. The health there isn't bad, but And the tenacity's good there as well. Speed doesn't hurt, but the mod itself just doesn't seem great. So again, if you can find better, try and find better. Health, yeah, you got the right one there. Health, speed, tenacity, okay. And tenacity, again, I like tenacity. Again, tenacity mod wouldn't be a bad thing, but I completely understand why you go for health. I'm not going to criticise there. What I will say is, again, no health in the secondaries. It needs to be a balance. If you're looking at it as like a big picture of what Jolie needs, how I build him myself, I do go for full tenacity mod sets, so every one of these is tenacity. But I also make sure that every secondary has some form of health in it. That way, even if there's not tenacity in the secondaries, there's health. So that's how I prioritise, like health primary, then try and get health secondaries in, etc. So that's the one thing I'm seeing here. When I had a look at that health pool, 61,959. By Relic 3, I'm sure you can be shooting a lot higher. I mean, you got crit avoidance and health. Oh, by the way, that was one thing I didn't point out. You could do the crit avoidance set. I completely forgot to mention that, but crit avoidance primary arrow. You could do with that here. I was talking health, I got that completely wrong. Sorry about that. But yeah, crit avoidance, because that then just doubles up on this with the gaining bonus crit avoidance. So yeah, you always want you want the crit avoidance arrow there. Okay, sorry about the confusion, but when it comes here, health primary. When it comes to here, tenacity primary. So you've got that one right. Just swap that one out if you can. Okay. Let's have a look at your Bastila. I do think maybe I was over jumping it with Ezra, but I'm just curious if I was or if I wasn't. Yeah, you've got a good speed on Bastila. I mean, 243 is good for just being under JKR. Let's have a look at your secondary. So plus 10, a little bit of offense, not bad. Bit of potency. You've got speed, offense, speed. Okay. Yeah, offense. Maybe you could switch that primary. It's not a focus, you know, it's not going to do you harm. But if you could get something nicer, it wouldn't hurt. I mean, I'm thinking crit damage or offense. That, again, it's not a priority. Just, you know, if you have it hanging around at some point. Yeah, bit of speed, bit of potency, bit of offense, some good stuff there. And personally, I like potency on Bast, so she always lands the debuff. This one here, the spell buffs and stun. I kind of like potency for that one, even though she does gain potency via legendary battle meditation. Yeah, she gains plus 50. I do like it just as a little bit of insurance in the sense that it does give her that extra chance to dispel, which, in fairness, you've modded for. You've got potency sets. So, yeah, that'd be the only thing I would say. Just try and get potency down there. But, yeah, I am going to have a look at some more of your mods. Just, if you don't mind, that Ezra was probably the worst thing I could have clicked on first. Just for the fact that it's now making me look at your big toons and see what you're doing. I mean, again, I'm actually really doubting that I was right with Ezra as far as believing that it was symptomatic of the rest. So I do apologise for that. But yeah, I'm looking here too. Health, that's great. You got health primary, that is great. Yeah, you got health there as well, so that's good. You've got health there. A little bit of a shame you've got no health percentage there, but still, that's not bad. You got a bit of offense. Got health primary, speed, health. Okay. Again, I've mentioned this before. Crit damage is what I've been told you should go for, especially when General Grievous is at Relic. But again, I'm not going to criticize it because you've got health, so you're focused on it. Yeah, health and health, great. Crit chance you don't really need. I mean, I recognise maybe it's the best you've got, but you don't really need it. And then, if we look here, health primary again, so you've modded well here. You've modded well. Yeah, you've got just shy of 150k health, so I imagine Relics would take you over the 150 mark. I'd imagine, anyway. So, yeah, I feel like Ezra, if I could give this a title other than the titles that I've actually done things so far, I would say you frightened me with that. I saw it and I thought, ow, this hurts. So just supposing that you've just thrown some mods on him and I've just seen it like this, that was a bad place for me to look first. So I'm going to apologise wholeheartedly there, because it seems like you've got a better grasp of modding than I gave you credit for to begin with. So yeah, I'm eating humble pie there. But yeah, stand by what I said on Ezra. You do need to alter those mods, just for the fact that your arena's team might be suffering because of it. But yeah. Sorry, I haven't seen a Gear 12 Kanan in a while. I'm just curious how he's built. So, not a lot of speed, but you don't really need it. I'm just seeing, we got Alce, we got Tenacity. Protection Primary, okay. Alright, I can't really say I get this. I mean, you've got the Zeta I've got on Temin. Welcome to the club. A little surprised you haven't got the Omega on there, though. I mean, if I got a Gear 12 Kanan, I'd be tempted to take it all the way. But yeah, I'm looking. Crit chance isn't a bad thing, as far as I saw that somewhere on a mod a moment ago. Was it the square? Yeah, crit chance. If I remember right, and this is a while ago I used him, isn't crit chance baked into his kit a little? There we go. If this attack scores critical hit, this effect can't be resisted as far as offense down. This ability gains plus 15% critical hit chance for each ally under full health. So again, ooh, yeah, crit chance isn't necessary, but it's not bad. But yeah, honestly, if I was building up Kanan to be in a Jedi team, or for any other random team you needed to be in, I think I'd be going for health. Just purely because he recovers health when he suffers a debuff. And if I'm remembering right, he gains protection up, doesn't he? There we go. Himself and target ally gain protection up 40%. So protection's up is always calculated off health. So building up his health pool, making it as big as possible, it would be a benefit rather than going for protection. So that is the way I'd be looking at it. By no means is protection bad, but if you can top up the health as well, that'd be the bonus. Okay, so I've been focusing a lot there on the stuff I'm seeing at the top. I'm not going to touch Vader because he's not a relic, and I feel like relic Vader is the tasty stuff, if you know what I mean. He's like, that's when he gets really good. And I haven't even looked through your rosters. I have gone completely about this in a new way, just for the fact that you really threw me off with that, Ezra. I'm sorry I keep repeating it, but it was... I don't know how else to phrase it other than it was like this big shining light in front of me. I was like a bug going towards a bug zapper, and I couldn't help but head towards it. But yeah, I'm moving on. So, okay, 5 of his clones. Okay, not a lot there as far as... You've got 85 on Echo and Ahsoka, but the other two are a bit further behind. 7-star though, so not bad. Okay, nothing on the Bad Batch. Unlucky on not getting Echo. I'm guessing you like I was that you on one of my accounts where I just didn't get to the Echo event in time, so unlucky there. Bounty Hunters are looking a bit squishy. Yeah, you got your 4-star Bosk. Could do with working on them pair though. I mean, Bosky Boy for Houndstooth, Django for Houndstooth. Yeah, could do with working on them pronto. Other clones, yeah, I don't know why I clicked that. Let's go to Empire. So you got Papa Palps, you got Thrawn, got TFP. You haven't got Piet. I'm a bit surprised at that. I'd say Piet is he's one of those characters that elevates a team. I mean, Gideon does as well, but you're currently running, I suspect, these 5. Maybe TFP, but I would imagine with Snowtrooper having Gear 11, it's Snowtrooper. So Piet in place of Snowtrooper could do more. But equally, I can understand why you wouldn't go for him because he's a slow farm. But saying that, I'm recording this on the 20th of August, and yeah, he's due to become accelerated. So maybe you want to keep on your list. I recognise it might be away from your main farm, but just as far as making this team a little bit more annoying or a little bit more impactful on offense, definitely worth considering. Okay, any Murder Bears? Not really. I mean, you've got 4 stars on Chirper, so at least you've unlocked him. My advice is, by the way, always farm Wicket Snowed. Whenever you need stun guns, just farm it. Honestly, I know it's 100 energy, but the way I see it, it just means you're getting Wicket Shards as well as the stun guns. So for me, I've done that since day one. I'll do it until the game dies, just for the fact that, I mean, it might seem silly now doing it when I've got Wicket 7 star, but how I view it, it does a hard no battle in case I don't want to do hard no battles that day. And besides that, it's just, I get Shard Shop currency. So I see that as an okay trade-off. But yeah, at the very least, until he's 7 star, do it. Okay, first order. Anything rocking here? Okay, you've got 5 at 7. Does that mean later on I'm going to see a BB-8? So GM-wise, Relic 6. Padders unlocked, well done. Let's just scroll down to Geos. You've got 2 Gear 12s and you've got 1 Zeta GBA. Okay. So, question I would ask here, have you tried or have you even completed the WAP mission? Because, yeah, this looks like you could be trying at the very least. If you aren't there, just slap a bit more gear on GBA, even some vac and Poggle. You'll probably be near to it then. Okay, so we had a look at these earlier, let's just move down. Yeah, I think we focused enough on the Jedi today already, but I know he's a gear hog, just give him them carbs. I know the bad gear, I feel sorry for someone when I'm saying it because it's as if I am not aware that he is a gear hog, but General Kenobi is still one of the best tanks in the game, so long after his release. So one day, just say to yourself, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to get this done. It is a hard thing to commit to because he just feels like he never wants to be done with it. He can just keep gobbling up the carbs, but just for your own sake, one day, just get him done. And on a side note, Hermit Yoda isn't much better as far as the carbs go, but equally, that might be one to get done as well. Especially with what we're going to go on to. Alright, Mandos I'm going to skip. Night Sisters. Not a lot to say there as well. Let's go to Old Republic. We know we've got 1 set. Have you got the other? You're nearly there with Juhani. We'll have a look at Sith Empire in a bit, just check how you're getting on there. Yeah, you've got fairly high Phoenix. I mean, that should have been more than enough to do Thrawn, let's say that. Moving on. Rebels. CLS double Zeta, nice. 1 on R2, nice. Han's got a Zeta, although not a lot of gear. You could definitely do again some gear on Han. You got 6-star Chewie. I'm surprised there, based on the bounty hunters I saw, but well done on doing it. I'm guessing Boba carried you a bit. If you can carry it to 7-star, I'm impressed, but honestly, I think you should just build Bosk and Django anyway, but that's just me. Let's carry on. Resistance. Yeah, I was right. BB-8. Well done on getting your BB with them first order. We will move on once more. Seppies. We saw Grievous. We've had a quick peek at the Geonosians. Know what Tambor, so I don't know your guild's GP level. I haven't looked that up. But I'm assuming you haven't sort of piggybacked to WAS yet or anything like that. If you aren't contributing, I should say. Alright, let's carry on. We got Sith. Anything here? Not a lot. Basti 5-star, so that's probably what's holding you up on Darth Revan. And the final one I will look at is HK, 7-star. So Bastila seems... Was it Bastila and Juhani? Was it Juhani who was a bit low? Yeah, Juhani's a bit low, so how I view it, whenever you want the holo projectors, just farm Juhani's node if you aren't actually actively farming it, and I believe Bastila gives you the comm links, which are paired with Stunkuff sometimes, so again, if you aren't actively farming them, it's a good way of just getting them when you're in need of that gear. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's just scroll back to the top a second, because what I want to discuss next is what you asked about. So, you're asking about JML, and I pulled up your stats on here about what you've got and what you're working towards. And yeah, it's not a pretty picture. I do believe I've got this right. Let me double check. yeah, I've got you down here saying you're going for GAML. So hopefully I didn't misread that or anything. But yeah, what I would say from here, you've got a fair bit of work to do. So just going from top left to bottom right, we're gear 10 on Old Ben, so that's a fair bit to go, but not the worst of the lot to get to Rally 5. Ray Jedi training. Let's go back a second and have a look at your resistance. So let's see. Okay, so 4 stars on Finn, 2 on Vet Smuggler Han, no Vet Smuggler Chewie, and 4 on your Scav Ray. Yeah, that's a bit to go. It's ironic in a way you've got BB-8 ready. So yeah, quite a bit of way to go with Ray Jedi training. As a little side note, I was talking about Piet earlier, and that could be one reason to go for him. Because if you go and build up Ray Jedi training, if you could do a little side farm and get these 2 done at the same time, I know it's a, you know, sort of going out of your way, but you're building up 1, 2, 3, and imagine Vet Chewie there. So is it that much of an extra leg to put these 2 in? Because the way I see it, the actual Ray Jedi training team that works well a lot at the moment is Ray, the Bros, and if I remember right, BB and one more. Okay, I'll hold my answer, but I don't know who the 4th one is. It's usually a flex option if I'm right. Maybe R2 or 3PO. But the idea being, you usually have the Bros with Finn. BB's usually in there if you want a fast team, if you want to leave BB out and put him with the droids. Again, you can put the vets in or something. But yeah, way I see it, I kind of wish I got the Resistance Bros on my big account Temin. And that'd be the advice I'd give to anyone who has to farm Ray. I'd say, whilst you're going for the tunes for it, also get the Resistance Bros up. So that would be the advice, because they've both got great kits. I wish I could explain them, but I have not used them often enough. So that would be my advice. Get the Bros, and then, unlike me, learn how to use them properly, because they elevate that team far higher than the version I'm using right now. Okay, so let's have a look at what else you've got. So 3PO, we had a look at your Ewoks. I kind of gave a bit of advice over that, so I don't feel the need to go on too long. What I would say is, based on my own little experiments of late, if you want to call it that, I found out that Ewok Elder and Wicket at Relic/Gear 12 can compensate for low gear on other Ewoks. So I'm not saying do that, but if your mentality is you'd rather take one tune-up rather than a whole faction, then that is an option. Or you could, I've seen plenty of underdogging guides as far as if you only want to go for gear 9, I think is the minimum I've seen, or maybe even gear 8. I mean, power to you if you can do that. But I think if I was to offer the most sensible advice, it's what Temin did, my main account. I took him up to gear 11, gave Chief Chirper a Zeta. It was enough to get 3PO. So that would be my advice to you. As for Mon Mothma, she is now a double drop or an accelerated farm, so it should be a lot easier than it was for me to get her to 7-star, so really it shouldn't be too bad for you if you're just able to focus on it a little bit. Same with 3PO and Chewie, they're both accelerated, so compared to when they first came out, you've got a good chance of getting them 7-star reasonably fast. JKL, now I didn't pull up JKL as far as the Rex, so we are just going to have a quick look now and see how far off you are. So let's bring up your Rebels. So for JKL, if I'm right, you need CLS at Rally 3. You need, I don't believe you needed Old Ben. No, you didn't, did you? It was CLS, you needed Lando at Rally 3. So gear 11, you're doing alright, even though it's only 6-star. You needed Chewbacca at Rally 3, so 7-star, you're kind of working on it. Rolo's 6-star, level 68, so the gear's going to need work there, obviously. And I can't see a Captain Han. Yeah, I can't see a Captain Han, so you're going to have to work on that as well. So that is what I'm seeing from the Rebels. And I know your Vader was gear 12, so you're going to have to work on that as well. And then the one that I haven't looked at, because it's hard to really put him in a faction, is Wampa. Yeah, no Wampa, so you're going to have to work on him as well. We brought up your Hoda. You're going to need Hoda. I'm trying to remember if I forgot anything. I'm going to say you need you need Wampa Phase 1, CLS Phase 2. Phase 3, you need Rolo, Captain Horn, and I think it was... Oh yeah, you need C-3PO, so you haven't got C-3PO unlocked yet. So yeah, I feel like I've gone over most of them. I don't think I've missed one. Let's just check your ships, because obviously they are a requirement. We'll just focus on Rebels, because that's what you need. You haven't got Han's Millennium Falcon, so you're going to need to work on getting that. That could be a little bit of a stall, I'm not going to lie. You will need Wedge as well, so getting some gear on him would help. Let me scroll back up a minute. Bounty Hunters. I mean, Bounty Hunters have obviously had a bit of a buff in the game lately. But yeah, you've got 4, 3, and 3, so you're going to need Houndstooth for certain. Right now, you couldn't even unlock a 5-star Han, so really that could do with being your priority right now. Get your Bounty Hunter ships up, because then you get HMF, and you can make more of an impact, while you can just actually have a good Rebel fleet. So that would be my suggestion as far as an immediate focus. If you want to get JM on the long run, I would make sure you're working on those ships, because ships will take a long time until CG decide they need to change things. So if you're not already, get Bosk and Django, get them to 7-star, and in the process you'll get Houndstooth. So get Houndstooth to 7-star, you can farm these 3 in the background. It means you'll also get Droideka. You've already got a Poggle, so unfortunately you just began Shard Shop currency there. And Slave 1, I believe, is just Fleet 2B or something. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy for you, that, unfortunately. But the way I look at it is, you're going to get some good stuff out of it. So it's not a bad farm as far as what the outcome is. But I can understand it being a bit painful in the short term. Alright, let's go back to the other requirements. Okay, so... yeah, we've gone over at JKL. R2, you've already gotten to 7-star. You've got in gear 10, I think that is based on this picture I've got here. So, yeah, Relic 7, it's a bit of a pain, but R2 is not a bad investment as far as sharing stats. It does mean that when he goes into a team, he will impact it. So, Relic 7 is not a bad investment in the sense that he does make the most of it. Han and Chewie, you need a Relic 6. I had them both at Relic 7 when I did when I actually had JML, well, sorry, let me correct myself, when JML's event was announced. So I was very lucky there. I mean, if they'd have said Relic 7, I'd have been ready, so Relic 6 was just kind to me. With that in mind, Relic 6 is not bad. Relic 7, I think, is nice, especially with ships, but Relic 6 is okay to just take them to for the event, especially considering you need Chewie for JKL anyway. Princess Leia, you need Relic 3, so Gear 11, good place for her right now. I wouldn't take her up until the end, so don't think, oh, well, Relic 3 are now, I would leave her till late. Hoda, you need for Relic 3 for JKL, Relic 5 for JML, so yeah, a little bit of a way to go there. Wedge and Biggs, Relic 3s. Word to the wise, Wedge was the last one I did on Temin for JML, and that was a slog and off. So try and give him some gear here and there if you can, but I completely understand why you couldn't, in the sense of it isn't easy doing that. Biggs, I've got him at Relic 7 myself. You only need him at Relic 3, so again, I was lucky there, but as far as the gear, it was a bit of a pain, I'm not going to lie. I did it for my ships at the time, and it was worth it, but yeah, I think you could leave him at Relic 3 and be fine with it. Lando, Relic 5, and you haven't got any stars on your Rebel Y-Wing, so you've got some work to do there as well. All in all, what I would say, you look a bit far off from this, to say the least. And let me just bring the game screen back up. What I did notice when we were scrolling through your factions, your First Order. Now, I'm not saying you're close to it, but you seem closer. You've got 5 at 7-star already, and Hux and Sith Trooper are not that bad. As far as, they are accelerated farms. Executioner is a Cantina farm, so not that bad. First Order Stormtrooper, it isn't the most easy of farms as far as shards, but it is an early hard node, so not the most energy. And then Special Forces TIE Pilot is a constant drop, if you like, in the guild store. It's either that or it's ship, whichever one you go for, you want to get anyway. Now, the crux in all of this would be the finalizer. The finalizer requires bounty hunters, so if you wanted to go for JML in the long run, you might be wise going for SLKR now, just in the sense that you could get this farm out of the way in the process. And then, how I'm looking at it, I think the other ones were Empire, so you can farm your TIE Advanced up a bit. And I'm just trying to remember what else there was off the list, because I had a few of them done early on. Let me just bring all the ships up. I was completely wrong. It was just First Order, TIE Advanced, and the Bounty Hunters. So I was miles out there, and I don't know why I was going down that road. But you don't even need Special Forces. What you need is TIE Silencer, First Order TIE Fighter, and Kylo's Command Shuttle, which you haven't got unlocked here. But even though that does seem a longer farm, as far as there are more ships there, I recognise that. By going this way, when you go for JML, you've actually got the Bounty Hunters sorted, so you don't need to worry about them forgetting Han's Millennium Falcon. It also gives you time to build up some of the rebels in the background, whilst you also got SLKR, and you've got a good arena position. That'd be my logic. But if you don't like First Order, if you don't like SLKR, like i.e. there's a personal objection, then fair enough, you don't need to go for it, obviously. But objectively, I'm looking here at your roster and I'm thinking, maybe you could do something here. Again, there's plenty of different reasons why you might not, though. And I am going to wrap up around here, to be honest, because I've just seen we're at the 43-minute mark on my recording. I don't know if I'll cut a few things out, but I feel like I've talked a lot here. So what I will leave it on, I apologise again for Ezra. I feel like I really hammered you hard there to begin with, but the mods did even out a bit as we went down the list. But if you were to ask for general advice as far as what I think of your roster, I think it's very top-heavy in the sense that I looked through your roster after we went through these top 7 or 8, and nothing really made me think, ooh, you know, like you got something big and nasty. It was like you're close to a few things, but not close enough. I'm looking at that Darth Revan, for instance. You're just a little near, but not actually there. I mean, I'm talking about SLKR as a potential alternative to JML. Maybe you could go for Darth Revan first, just, again, build up another team. So, my gut advice would be, maybe have JML as something to target when you're near a 3 million rather than just coming off 2. Because JML is a very difficult farm. It's not that you can't do it, you've got a lot of the key ingredients, or at least the ingredients that you need, i.e. not going stuck behind Hoda for long. Wampa, you could be struggling for a bit. It all depends how many shards you've got. But yeah, it could be a little bit tricky with JML. Whereas SLKR, it looks like you've got most of the tunes ready. If you go for the ships, then you've got another fleet. So there's just plenty of reasons I would be pushing that way. But yeah, that's about all I can say, really. If anyone's got any thoughts who's just watching along with this, leave them in the comments and let Fire know what you're thinking, because I'm taking as an objective a view I can see at this, but again, maybe I'm missing things, so chime in, folks, chime in. Let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching, folks. Hope this is okay feedback for you, Fire. If you've got any more questions, leave them down as well in the comments. Other than that, I will be back next week. We'll do another roster review. I haven't decided who yet, but I thought this week we'll just mix it up and try and avoid someone in my immediate guild or alliance family. So we'll see who comes up next week. Alright, thanks for watching, folks. See you next time. Bye for now.